VoteVet says that the military is quote-unquote hamstrung by this don't ask, don't tell policy that prevents gays and lesbians from serving openly. A recent Military Times poll said that 24% of troops would definitely or probably not re-enlist their tours or extend their tours if this happens. Are there enough gays and lesbians out there to make up that number if even half of those kept their tours?
That's not a valid survey, that Military Times poll. And if you read the comments on how they conducted it, let's pretend. We're going to pretend things. I mean, that's not a valid survey.
Well,
it was a voluntary survey they sent to their subscribers who are consistently older and whiter than the military in general, and those were the results they got. It was not a scientifically done survey like you see with the major companies that conduct surveys. So those numbers are not valid.
So they're not valid, even though about 60% said they don't mind. So really, 60% of the military.
Yeah, if you ask older white veterans, retired older white veterans, you'd probably get a 60-40 with that. I mean, if you ask younger veterans, if you ask the military in general, if you do a scientific survey, you will get a far different number.
Brandon, I gotta disagree, guys. I apologize. You guys invited me, but I gotta pipe in here. Just from the talk shows that I've done in military communities, the young, white or black, but the sergeants, the specialists, when you ask them, they don't want it repealed. When you ask the officers, it's a different story. That's just from my own, quote, unscientific polls that I've done based on callers, emails, polls that I've done on my websites. That, to me, is the breakdown. The officers want it repealed. The ones that are actually the sergeants and the guys that are in the showers with the other men, they don't want it repealed.
Oh, my God.
I'm being honest. That is just from my own conversation.
Okay, let me ask a question here. CJ, you're an intel guy, right?
I am, and I'm an active duty intel guy.
Okay, all right. The military has fired dozens. In 2007, the number was 58. So they've fired more than 58 Arabic translators since 9/11. Okay, as an intel guy, would you rather have no Arabic translator or a gay Arabic translator? Because if you don't have one and you need stuff translated, you're putting troops in danger. You're helping the enemy.
Don't you need to use the word openly gay? Openly gay, not just gay, but openly gay translator.
Yeah, see, here's the problem though. You're bringing an issue. I would if my life depended on it. Hell yeah, I don't care who you are. I don't think.
Well, that's what happens in combat. I mean, that's what happens in combat. I mean, everybody's life depends on it. There's no way we can afford to be getting rid of.
You know what? We don't spend
just because they're gay.
20% of our life in the military is spent in combat. What are we going to do with the other 80% when we're just in training environments and we're just sitting around the barracks? When I've got to, when we're showering, I mean, where do I share the room? Who do we share the rooms with?
How much time do you spend in the Army showering with guys? I mean,
no. Well, people spend their lives they've got roommates.
Well, hold on. Let's back up. Let's talk about the logistics piece real quick. Today we have separate barracks for males and females. Does this insinuate that we have to have separate for male, females, and gays and lesbians? So we got to have barracks cordoned off in 4 different sections, and then do we embrace transgender? And I mean, at what point do we call it enough's enough? I'll tell you, Brandon, in your comment, yeah, when you're out there on the ground and you need someone in your left and right, you don't care as long as they're on your side and you need them pointed trigger. I don't give a shit. It could be Lawrence Welk and Liberace next to me as long as they can shoot. But on CJ's point, that is a small percentage, and as you know too, very very well, Brandon, that's a small percentage of a career. And I don't think it really impacts that much. I think it impacts.
Let me also say an openly gay translator in a Muslim society would be a dead translator.
What do you guys think? Do you think these guys are going to be in drag?
Why not? What's to prevent them? Do they wear a male uniform or a female uniform?
All right.
You guys, that is absurd. I mean, I serve with gay people in the infantry. I mean, there are people in every unit who are gay. Everybody knows they're gay. Nobody says anything. It's the biggest non-issue in the military. I mean, if you've been in these line units, it's just not an issue.
How many did you have?
I had at least one in one of my platoons.
Okay.
That everybody knew of, and it wasn't. And it's just not an issue. I mean, the guy can shoot straight. He does his job. Nobody cares. It's ridiculous that you would not let people serve their country because of their sexual orientation.
But they can't.
That's absurd.
They can't openly.
Yeah, they can serve right now. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They can serve right now. There's no issue at all.
Well,
that's
not.
All right, we got our next guest on the line, and so we got to be wrapping up soon. But we went way long on this one, which I was afraid of. So I want to ask Brandon real quick.